I'm going to discuss the differences between an introvert and an extrovert. As kids and teenagers and 20s and in our 30s, a lot of us have taken the Myers-Briggs test by Carl Jung to figure out what our personality type is, to help us figure out who we are, how we connect with friends and get into relationships, and what career path fits us best based on our personality. And while there's a mix of in between, generally you either fall in between an introvert or an extrovert. So I'm going to explain some of the differences between them. First, I'm going to talk about what it's like to be an introvert. I can relate more to being an introvert. I'm an introvert. Introverts enjoy being alone. They're more quiet, shy, think about things internally. They like to socialize too, but they generally like to be alone to recharge their batteries. If they're out with friends for a while, they start to get tired. In order to charge up again, they need to be alone for an hour, couple hours, watch movies, TV shows, read a book, sleep, and then they get their energy back. Whereas extroverts, they enjoy being around other people, and that gives them energy. And if they're not around people, they start to get nervous and they don't really know what to do. So, introverts, there's no right or wrong, to either one, but introverts definitely, it's the best comparison is like a battery that can't hold its charge. So that's how we're wired, and that's how we think about things. Definitely nothing wrong with being an introvert. Sometimes it can make it a little bit more tricky, but it's there's nothing wrong with being introvert. A lot of famous celebrities are introverts. The writer J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter books, Emma Watson, the actress from the Harry Potter movies, and Albert Einstein. So definitely nothing wrong with being an introvert. Very smart and reflective way to look at the world. Next, I'm going to talk about what it's like to be an extrovert. Personally, me, I'm not an extrovert. But I have friends that are extroverts, and I admire them a lot for how they go about things. They have a lot of energy. They're very social. Being around people gives them energy. They're very outgoing. They're good in social situations and work. They're good leaders. And as I've said, before, being around people a lot helps them, gives them energy. I remember during the pandemic, in the beginning, a lot of my extrovert friends, they were just restless, and because they're, had to stay on lockdown, and they're just not wired that way to not be around people, and they're restless and didn't know what to do. Whereas, myself and introverts, obviously we didn't like what was going on with not being able to see people, but generally we were okay being alone and reflective with our thoughts. So, but extroverts, some celebrities that are extroverts, Oprah, she has a talk show and it's very outgoing and bubbly. Who else? Barack Obama, he's an extrovert. So, they like being around other people all the time, so I think that's great. And, but look, at the end of the day, whatever your personality is, introvert, extrovert, somewhere in the middle, you got to be who you are. I mean, the world would be a boring place if it was just, everyone was the same. So no matter what, introvert, extrovert, just be who you are at the end of the day. So